Half-a-day students, today we're going to be covering the second part of polynomials, which is multiplying. So first we're going to go over the distributive rule, product of factors, and multiplication of polynomials of different sizes. The first thing we're going to cover is using the distributive rule. So the distributive rule states that, sorry, I'm actually missing an A there in the front, A times B plus C is equal to AB plus AC. So basically, A is distributed to both B and C. So multiplied to both of them. And it also works from behind, where C is distributed from behind to both A and B. They're multiplied. So we'll do it here, distributing 2 to both X and Y. When it's positive, it's pretty simple. 2 times X is just 2X plus 2Y. That's the distribution. For this one, now I have to make sure I distribute a -3. So I'm distributing this entire -3. So I have -3 times A, which is just going to be -3A, minus 3. So I still have that -3, so I'm adding a -3, it just the same as minus, times -4. So we keep that negative with the 4 also. -3 times A is -3A, plus, because we have negative times negative is positive, 12. This first one's really easy, so we'll just move on to one a little bit. We're now looking at products of factors. So there are 2 steps. First, we're going to multiply the numbers and then multiply the variables. So looking at letter A, we have 3 different factors here. First thing I'm going to do is multiply all the numbers together. So this is essentially going to be 6 times -4 times 3. And then each of them will multiply together. So A times A squared, and then B times B squared times B. So you don't even need to write out this whole step like this. If you can do it in your brain, that's fine. 6 times -4 is -24 times 3, 24, 48, 72. So we have -72. A times A squared. We covered this last time where we just add our exponents. So we have 1 plus 1 plus 2. A to the 4th power. Again, we put these 1s here even though there was nothing up here, but it's understood that it has an exponent of 1. Then we have B times B squared times B. Again, these ones without an exponent have 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is B to the 4th. Looking at letter B, I'm going to do the same thing. So I have 4 times -3 times -2. Then I have x times x squared times x squared, y squared times y to the 4th times y. 4 times -3 is -12 times -2 is going to be +24. We have x raised to 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Adding the exponents because we're multiplying. Same thing for y. I have 2 plus 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay, so multiply the numbers all together, multiply each of the variables, and then just put them all next to each other like this. Now we're going to look into multiplying polynomials. So I'm not just multiplying monomials, right? So now I have binomial times a binomial. For this, we use the acronym FOIL. FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, last. And I think it's best explained or best shown using an example. So I have a minus 4 times a minus 3. And again, I'm going to keep that 4, that negative sign with the 4. So first, outside, inside, last. So first, a times a, the first of each of the binomials. Outside, the outside ones, plus a times 3. Inside now is going to be -4 times a. And then last would be -4. The last of each of them is going to be -4 times 3. from here I have a times a is a squared. We're simplifying, then we're going to combine like terms. A times 3 is 3a minus 4a minus 12. Combining these like terms with a, that's going to be negative 1a. So we have a squared minus a minus 12. Looking at this example down here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to rewrite it so I have more space. 2y plus 5 times y minus 4. Okay. First, 2y times y. Outside, 2y plus 2y times negative 4. Inside, plus 5 times y plus 5 times negative 4. First, outside, inside, last. Okay, combining like terms, or multiplying first. 2y squared minus 8y plus 5y minus 20. I have these two like terms in the middle. So this is going to equal to 2y squared minus 3y. Negative 8 plus 5 is negative 3 minus 20. Okay, so first, outside, inside, last for a binomial times a binomial. A couple more examples for binomials. We have 3q plus 7 times 3q minus 7. First, 3q times 3q. Outside, 3q times negative 7. Inside, 7 times 3q. And then lastly, we have plus 7 times negative 7. So this is going to be number and then variable. So we have 3 times 3 is 9. Q squared. 3q times negative 7 minus 21q. 3q times positive 7 plus 21q. 7 times negative 7 is negative 49. When combining like terms, I see I have a negative 21 and a positive 21. That'll cancel each other out. So I am left with 9q squared minus 49. Okay, so, and you'll see this, we have the same numbers but different signs. The middle are going to cancel each other out. Okay, this one we have 4z plus 5 squared. If I was to have x squared, I know that's going to be x times x, right? If I had 2b squared, that's just 2b times 2b. So whenever we have 4z plus 5 squared, that's going to be 4z plus 5 times 4z plus 5. And then from there, I'm going to FOIL. So we have first, outside, inside, last, 4x or 4z times 4z. And if you're like me, your z's look like 2 sometimes. Put that little line through. Outside, plus 4z times 5 plus 5 times 4z. Last, plus 5 times 5. Combine like, or multiply. 16z squared plus 20z plus 20z plus 25. Combine your like terms. Plus 40z plus 25. And whenever going through these, you might want to just pause before you hit a different example or a different letter and see if you're able to find it out on your own, and then watch it. That might be a good practice. Lastly, we'll look at a binomial multiplied by a trinomial. So for this one, I can't do FOIL because there's 3 terms in my second one. So for something like this, what you're going to do is actually just distribute each of these. So negative 4y and negative 2, take the smaller one and distribute each of those to the other one. So we're going to take this negative 4y, And then I'm going to put that to negative y squared, negative 7y, and negative 3. Then I'm also going to take this negative 2 and distribute it to each of them as well. And then just combine everything at the end. So we have negative 4y times negative y squared. I'm actually just going to make this different colors. Okay. So this one I have negative 4y times negative y squared minus 4y times negative 7y minus 4y times negative 3. Then I'm going to have negative 2 times negative y squared minus 2 times negative 7y minus 2 times negative 3. I ran out of space, sorry. Okay, from there I'll combine my like terms. Or we're going to multiply first, then combine like terms. We have negative 4. That's going to be positive actually, so 4. Y to the 1 times y squared is going to be y to the 3rd. Negative 4 times negative 7 is going to be plus 28. Y times y squared. Negative 4y times negative 3 is minus 12y. Then I have negative 2 times negative 1 is going to be plus 2y squared plus 14y plus 6. Combining like terms, be careful when you're doing this because you might miss stuff. Some people like to cross out things as they work. So we have a 4y cubed. I have 2 squareds. 28 plus 2, I know it's going to be 30. 2 just regular y's. Negative 12 plus 14 is positive 2y. And we have plus 6. And I cross out to make sure that I don't forget anything at the end. And to also make sure that I don't use anything twice. Okay, that's it for this section. Please make sure you try some of the examples from the book on your own. And I'll be sending out another video for division of polynomials. Good luck.